What's going on, guys? It's Andy. Welcome back to another episode on Painfully Honest Advice. I'm going to go ahead and break it down, share with you guys my top 6 investments in 2021. In my opinion, these are going to be the investments that I believe will go ahead and appreciate the most in the next couple years. And these are going to be some of my biggest investments that I made throughout 2021. Now, guys, I do want to be fully transparent and share with you guys, this is not financial advice. This is purely what I'm doing in regards to diversifying myself in different ways to go ahead and build revenue, and just some of the things that I've really focused on investing in throughout this year. So we're going to go ahead, jump into it. But if you are new to this channel, I do focus on personal finance. I do like to go ahead and focus on stocks and investing. So if you like any of those, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below. But let's go ahead and get into it. The first one and my top investment, this is probably my most recent investment. And I've talked about this recently on the channel, and that's going to be with collectibles. Now, here's the thing. I got into collectibles just recently, and this would be anything to do with Funko Pops that I have behind me, with Pokemon cards, as well as with NFTs. I've been looking into dabbling into NFTs, and I recently just purchased over $50,000 in Pokemon cards. Now I'm gonna go ahead, share with you guys some of the Pokemon cards that I recently purchased. But here's the thing, with all these cards, because they are PSA graded, I do believe the value of these cards over time will go up. And the kid in me, I used to love investing in Pokemon cards, and I used to have a binder. No longer could find that binder, so guess what? Had to start over again. But the plan is to basically hold on to these collectibles for a very long time. Now, guys, these are some of the cards and probably some of the more valuable cards that I have in here. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and get this close enough to the camera. So this is actually a first edition Lugia card that I just purchased recently, and this card goes for a couple $1,000s right now, and this is basically a PSA 8. I do have a bunch of other cards here as well, which is a Dark Dragonite, and this is another card that's worth some money in regards to my collection of Pokemon cards. Here's another one, and I'm just basically sharing with you guys some of the cards that are worth a little bit more in regards to the portfolio. And guys, here's some Champ, and actually this is probably the card that's worth the most money in regards to my set, and this is going to be with a Charizard, and this is from the base set from 1999. And this Charizard, guys, is worth a couple $1,000s, and if this was first edition, it'd be going for, I would say, about $30,000 to $50,000 just for this one card. Now, not just these 5 cards are worth $50,000. I've actually purchased a lot of cards. I have a handy dandy briefcase, or a case for Pokemon cards, basically. And with this card, guys, these are going to be just the cards that are PSA graded, and these are not even all of them. I've actually purchased a lot of other cards that are still in the mail, that are still getting here. But these are going to be cards from the base set, from the Fossil set, from the Jungle set, from the Team Rocket set, from Neo Genesis, and I'm missing one, I believe, as well. Oh, from Hidden Fates, I believe. So basically, I've purchased all the holo cards in PSA. As we can tell here, and I don't want to take this out of numerical order, but in any case, I think I can find that. But basically, as you guys can tell here, this is a Lapras, and I hate how this is a bit foggy, but basically this is a first edition Lapras, guys, and I have a lot of first edition cards in here. These are basically all PSA 8s or PSA 9, but you guys get the idea. This is basically the first way that I went ahead and focused on investing and diversifying myself this year. Let me just go ahead and lock this up to go ahead and invest. So this is going to be my first way, is adding on to my collection of collectibles. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump into the second one. The second one is going to be one that I do talk about often on this channel, and that's going to be with investing in stocks. I've been investing in stocks pretty heavily throughout this year. And basically, with the stock market, I like to go ahead and focus on dividend stocks as well as in growth stocks. The idea behind investing is, if you want to go ahead and get rich, you got to diversify and you got to be invested. Anybody that's not invested, personally, I would tell you, start off with something and let the portfolio grow and compound over time. Anybody wealthy out there has always made their money and compounded their money by investing and diversifying themselves in other companies. And by investing in the stock market, that's exactly what you're able to do. So I focus on investing in growth stocks, and that's because growth stocks, in my opinion, have a lot of potential to go ahead and grow. And basically companies that I focus on are companies like Lemonade, companies like Tesla, companies like Amazon, and there's many other companies that I've talked about in my most recent videos, and I've actually shared my full portfolio as well. So go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested. I'll leave a link in the description for the portfolio as well, where I made a video all around every single stock that I own. But with growth stocks, I like investing in those because those have 10 to 100x potential. And then with dividend stocks, they're giving me some additional passive income. So that's going to be the second biggest investment that I've made this year. Now, jumping into the third investment. The third investment is going to be a bit of a riskier one that I took on earlier this year. And that's going to be investing in cryptocurrency and staking my cryptocurrency. Basically, with cryptocurrency, I'm diversified in a couple different cryptocurrencies. Some of the major ones would include Bitcoin, would include Ethereum, and ADA or Cardano. So guys, with this, the nice thing with cryptocurrency is that you can actually stake and earn interest on your cryptocurrency. So far this year, I've already earned over $4,000 in just interest on staking my cryptocurrency. And that's only for basically part of this year. I started staking my cryptocurrency a couple months ago. Prior to that, I was focused on keeping my cryptocurrency in a cold wallet, but at the end of the day, I wanted to go ahead and have my cryptocurrency go ahead and earn me some more money. So I started staking it, I would say probably about 4 months ago, and I've already made about $4,000 in just staking. So that's another way that I've really focused on diversifying myself, because I do believe with Bitcoin, with some of these other cryptocurrencies, they have a huge potential for growth. In my opinion, I still believe that Bitcoin can cross $100,000 before the end of this year. It might be a bit bullish, but as more and more companies and as more and more countries are getting into cryptocurrency, and as soon as I believe we come out with an ETF in the US, Bitcoin and a lot of these other cryptocurrencies are gonna go ahead and just go up to the moon. All right, so that's gonna be the third way that I've really focused on investing this year. Now, the fourth one is gonna be by investing in Tesla. Now, I had to break this down and keep this one separate, because when I talk about investing in Tesla, there's two different investments that I went ahead and made. Basically, with Tesla, I have a Tesla that I purchased, which is my Tesla P100D Model S. And basically, with this car, I love this investment, and yes, I consider this as an investment, because if I was to sell this car right now, I'd be able to sell it for more than I purchased it for. Plus, with all the savings that I'm having with this car, guys, I can tell you this is a huge savings, because as far as gas goes, I was spending about $60 to $70 a week in just gas. And with electric cost, I'm spending around $20. So this is about 1/3 to 1/4 of the savings right there, just going from gas to electric. Additionally, I have over $50,000 invested in just the Tesla stock. And this is a position that I added in my retirement account and in my Roth IRA as well. So this was the fourth biggest investment that I made this year. And now if we go ahead and jump into the fifth one. The fifth one might be a bit cheesy, but that's going to be really focusing on investing in yourself. Whether it is through books or through working out or basically through any sort of mental motivation. I like to go ahead and work out, and I really focus on investing in myself, because at the end of the day, when you're self-motivated and when you have people that you can go ahead and learn from, I believe that's one of the biggest things to actually go ahead and grow wealth. So I'm huge into working out because I like to just go ahead and stay motivated. I like to have that confidence that, hey, I've already done something, and my goal is usually to go ahead and work out early mornings and accomplish the day by starting off and already having accomplished something that other people might still be sleeping, or just in general, just getting into better shape. Additionally, I do focus on reading a lot of books. My goal this year is to go ahead and read 25 books. And I believe currently I'm on either number 17 or number 18. So I do use Audible. I like Audible because I like to go ahead and listen to books while I'm driving, or if I'm at the gym working out, or any spare time that I have. But I can tell you guys, that is one of the biggest investments that anybody can go ahead and make. And I'll just give you guys my personal recommendations to the books that I personally really like that just come to top of mind. Is going to be Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't read that, extremely good book, as well as Winning by Tim Grover. That's another great motivational book that just focuses on the winning mindset. But that's going to be the fifth investment and fifth biggest investment in my opinion. Now the sixth one. The sixth one might be the most boring one on this list, but I can tell you guys this is an investment that's building me a lot of cash flow, and that's going to be by focusing on business. Basically, as an entrepreneur, I have multiple different businesses and multiple different ways that I like to go ahead and build additional cash flow. Residual businesses, I would say, is definitely the best way to go ahead and focus on growth and focused on cash flow. And with businesses, a couple different ones that I do have is going to be this YouTube channel that you guys are watching me on right now. I do have a second YouTube channel as well, where I do go ahead and just talk about investing in stocks, as well as I have a couple brick and mortar businesses as well. I have an insurance agency where I do go ahead and get residual income, and I have managers in place for that. Additionally, I do have businesses in the hospitality industry as well as in the gas station industry. So I am extremely diversified in regards to the different businesses that I have, but ultimately at the end of the day, with different businesses, I like to go ahead and invest in those because they're building me additional cash flow as long as I'm able to go ahead and get it cash flow positive, as well as have the management structure in place, so I don't have to be at each business every single day, and I can have people managing those businesses. But guys, these are basically going to be the 6 different investments that I've made and I've grown in 2021. My focus is really to go ahead and stay diversified and to go ahead and add on to these 6 investments and to go ahead and grow all 6 of these investments throughout this year and as I go ahead and get into next year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you found it useful. I'm going to leave it at that for this video. I'll see you guys at the next one.